Today I'm showing you guys how to make a really easy and delicious flaky pie crust. It is such a simple recipe, and with the holidays coming up, those pies are gonna be in the oven and we want a good flaky crust. This is just my recipe. I know there's a million methods and recipes for pie crust. This is what has worked for me over the years. It's my trusted foolproof method, so feel free to give it a try. The full written recipe is in the description, so don't you worry. You guys are gonna love this recipe.
I'm using a food processor and I'm gonna be adding some all-purpose flour, a pinch of salt, and a stick of cold, very cold butter cut into cubes. I'm gonna pulse it until the butter is just broken up into various sized pieces, and then adding in 6 tablespoons of ice water. You may need 7, it's 6 to 7. The goal is to be able to process this. It's a nice crumbly texture, a lot of bits of butter throughout there. That's how you get flaky pie crust. Once you dump it out, if it looks like crumbles like this, you should be able to collect it into a disc and you're good to go. You don't need to add anything else. Just form it into a disc, wrap it tightly with plastic, and chill for a minimum of 30 minutes before you use it for whatever pie recipe you need the crust for. If you need to par bake it, I'll add some instructions in the description.
It's surprisingly fast to make really good pie crust. Now the key, of course, cold ingredients, cold butter, ice water, and then adding just enough water until that dough starts to come together. And even if it doesn't look like it, once you dump it out and collect it with your hands, it'll form a dough. You wanna see those bits of butter throughout. That's the key to good flaky pie crust. And of course, if you're making a pie that has a top crust, just double this recipe, and then this is when you chill it. And going forward, if you have a recipe that needs a pre-baked crust or a par-baked crust, blind baked, you name it. Blind baking is when you just line it with parchment after it's pressed into the dish. Don't stretch it, of course, just cut it. And then fill it all the way to the top. Make sure they're pushed against the sides with pie weights, beans, whatever you have. And then if you're gonna fully bake it, I would bake it at 375 with the beans in it for about 20 minutes. Take the beans out and bake it for around another 20 minutes or until it is golden brown and baked through. If you're going to par bake it, do that first blind bake with the beans for 20 minutes and then take it out, and then you can move forward there. Or if you're making a pie like an apple pie where you bake the crust along with the pie, don't blind bake it, don't do anything, just bake it with the full recipe. So I hope you guys enjoyed this pie recipe for all of your holiday needs. Full recipe in the description. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, leave me some comments, and of course, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.